20% of your staff right now are neurodiverse.
I have dyslexia and I also have ADHD.
I'm autistic, I have ADHD, and I'm dyspraxic.
And I'm dyslexic and dyspraxic.
I'm ADHD.
And I've got dyspraxia.
I'm dyslexic.
And I have Tourette's syndrome.
People just assume that you're clumsy.
Stupid or lazy.
Oh, I would just like them to know that it's not sad.
I'm not broken.
My life's not a parody.
For years, I felt like I don't quite fit, and I've never really understood why.
Neurodivergent people are just people. We just have slightly different brains.
My mind's going 1,000 miles per hour. Like, rather than just doing one thing and then another thing, I'm like, oh, whilst I'm doing that, I can do this task as well, then this task and this task.
It's a bit like having your browser open, several windows of your browser with several tabs and all sorts of stuff going on, and there's some music coming from one of them, but you can't figure out which one it is, and you're pressing the mute and it still won't shut up.
Is this ability to look at a problem in a slightly different way, to be creative about it.
I'm a visual thinker. People say, oh, this is my number. And they went, you're not writing it down. I went, I don't have to. And I could just remember sequences of numbers, how things went together.
They will look at things in a completely different way.
I do space planning. So I'll look at a space and go, yeah, you can get 2 desks in there, or no, you can't. I'll then go measure to check. But I'm pretty good because it's just something in my head, I can spin it around and go, yeah, that'll fit, that won't, that kind of stuff.
I don't tend to think I know the most in the room, but I am really good at including people and recognizing their strengths, and bringing people together in that way is definitely because of my dyslexia.
I guess I wouldn't have the work ethic I have now if I didn't have dyslexia, just because my whole life I've had to try 10 times harder to try to understand something that other neurotypical people haven't had that challenge for.
Because the routine answers to a problem don't work for you, you have to come up with other answers, and actually come up with a lot of other answers and different ways of seeing things.
I don't know how many companies are actually picking up on neurodiversity, really understanding it for what it is.
There's a massive talent to tap into by hiring and engaging with the Neurodiversity Network.
Neurodiversity for organisations is going to be a competitive advantage, so if they don't get on the bus, they will be left behind.
You're taking on a section of people who think outside the box, and having employees who can do that then makes a full team.
1 in 5 of your employees have a neurodiverse condition. Fact.
To integrate these very creative minds into your workforce is only going to help tackle these very real issues and definitely accelerate any sort of growth.
And if you allow me to be me, together we can do amazing things. It's a win-win.
If you're not aware that there are other ways of seeing the world, you'll start to be perhaps a little stale compared to your competitors.
Hire them and give your team a new and more diverse way of thinking.
We've got a generation coming through now, 50% of those identify as neurodivergent. If you want to attract the best talent into your organisation and you're not talking about neurodiversity, they will simply go somewhere else.